throws it. As he's releasing the ball, he's getting hit. Somehow, their man is open on the left side in the end zone. I'm like, how is he that open?
It didn't matter how many prayers he threw up that day. It wasn't going to work because you kept throwing up interceptions. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot throw 4 interceptions in a game, especially in a playoff game.
It says the NFL changed the overtime rules because of Josh Allen. And he's been 0-5 since the rule change.
Patrick Mahomes in Kansas isn't in the playoffs. We're going all the way. But they didn't go all the way. They went all the way to overtime, just like they do with the Chiefs. This is the 2026 NFL playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. You know, for the first round, you know what I'm saying? Not even the first round. We're in the second round, obviously. But the first game we had lined up was the Bills versus the Broncos. Now, the Bills fans thought that they had this in the bag. They said Patrick Mahomes in Kansas isn't in the playoffs. We're going all the way. But they didn't go all the way. They went all the way to overtime, just like they do with the Chiefs, and they lost by 3 freaking points. Like usual, it's the Bills. We know how it's going to go. Shout out Josh Allen for never leading his team to the promised land. I mean, this guy should just retire at this point because it's not getting done, bro. I don't care how good of a performance he has, how bad of a performance he has. It's not getting done, bro. You lost to the Broncos, my guy. Like, 30-33. What? You have nothing to say. Like, next year's not your year. The year after is definitely not your year. It's never going to happen now. Ever, ever, ever. You disappointed the Bills Nation. It's insane.
But one of the funniest things I saw was it says the NFL changed the overtime rules because of Josh Allen. And he's been 0-5 since the rule change. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. Because I think they played Kansas City, and he was upset he didn't get a chance, correct?
Correct. He was upset about it. The next year, literally the rule changed before the season started. And it doesn't matter, bro. When you look at his stats, bro, he had 3 touchdowns. Congratulations. You had 2 interceptions. This is the playoffs. You're supposed to get them interceptions out the way regular season. Like, second round of the playoffs, you're clowning, bro. You're clowning.
Not just 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles as well. There was one play I saw, it said something to the effect of, like, they need to check his parlays or something because he went past the line, right? And he's driving. And usually, once you get to a point, you can't throw the ball. So you tuck the ball, right? And you move around. He's just holding the ball out. He's holding the ball out. They smack it out, fumble. And I'm just like, why would he do it? It was early in the game, too. It was like second quarter, 17-10, maybe something like that. And I'm just like, why would he do that? It doesn't make sense at all. And they didn't even lose by that much. It was 33-30. 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles? Boy, you had the game in the bag. What are you doing? It shouldn't have been no overtime. So yeah, that is absolutely devastating, especially because the rule was changed strictly because you complained about it. Because you said if it was the other way around and we got opportunity, we would have won. And you haven't won since, not just one time, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 games. You're 0 for 5. That is bad. That is really bad. Next game we had was the Seahawks versus the 49ers. And as a Packers fan, I personally hate the 49ers. They've killed us for years now. But in this situation, it was an absolute blowout. Tell me about it.
Ain't really much to say besides it was a blowout. You understand what I'm saying? You didn't have to watch any of the game at all to just understand what happens. I mean, Seahawks scored 41 points. 41 points. And they could have scored more, but they didn't. It was cooling. 41 to a lousy 6 points. Are you 6 points in a playoff game? That is utterly disrespectful to your fan base. You understand what I'm saying? And obviously, we know the 49ers are dealing with injuries, but hey, what NFL team is not dealing with injuries? You see what I'm saying? If you make it to the playoffs, you're supposed to show up. 49ers did the absolute worst. They didn't show up. It was no touchdowns. It was just literally 2 field goals. What is that about?
Next we have Texans versus Patriots. Score ended up being 28-16 in the Patriots' favor. Tell me about it, Kay.
I mean, it was a little bit more entertaining. It was a good Sunday game for the most part. However, if you're a Texans fan, you know, your defense is good. It did, you know, okay throughout the game. However, CJ, I mean, he's throwing 4 interceptions for the Texans. 4 interceptions in a playoff game? You're not gonna win like that. Like no matter, and CJ, he is strongly a man of faith in his own right. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't matter how many prayers he threw up that day. It wasn't gonna work because you kept throwing up interceptions. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot throw 4 interceptions in a game, especially in a playoff game, and think it's going to work out. However, I'm happy the Patriots won. Why am I happy the Patriots won? Because they do not have Tom Brady, nor do they have Bill Belichick. They don't have anybody who's been winning with them for the last 100 years. You understand what I'm saying? This squad is getting down to the nitty gritty, and they're showing like, hey, we took a break for a couple few years, but we're back. We're trying to go all the way. We're trying to win the chip. And I mean, believe it or not, they're one game away from literally being able to take home the NFL chip, to be ringed up again without the GOAT Tom Brady, arguably the best quarterback of all time. Definitely one of them. If you don't say he's number one, he's one of them. He's top 5 and he ain't 5. You understand what I'm saying? That's Tom Brady. It was amazing to see. I would love for them to actually go all the way. If they win or not, I could care less. No, all these teams left in the playoffs are not my teams at all. But for the storyline of the Patriots making it without those two specifically would be just amazing. It would be phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie. And all the Patriots fans want it. I watched the game at somebody's house today. I would probably say half the folks was Patriots fans. They geared up and everything. They was ready. They was nervous, but then once it got to the fourth quarter, they knew that it was okay. So yeah, the Patriots. This exciting time for New England. I ain't gonna lie, exciting time. Y'all one game away from going all the way. That's man. But as far as the Texans, your defense has been solid all year. Obviously a lot relies on the quarterback. You can't be throwing interceptions like that. You got to be a little sharper. And CJ been around long enough, and he showed that he could have really good games. So it was a horrible. I'm gonna say it was a horrible game for him. Anytime you throw 4 interceptions, anytime you throw an interception, you already kind of get in your head. Let alone 2, let alone 3, let alone 4. It's not. It don't feel good inside. It's like when you in the NBA, if you a shooter and it's just brick after brick after brick, you just hoping that one go down, and then you can get some consistency. Wasn't for CJ today. Cold weather, a little snowy, a little rainy. So hey, maybe CJ wasn't ready for that. Obviously, we're talking about the Texans. They're used to the heat. Maybe he wanted it to be a little hotter so he could show up. Maybe it was too cold. It iced him out.
It's crazy you said you wanted the Patriots to go all the way. And I swear we didn't talk about this, but I was thinking the same thing. Just strictly for the storyline of them doing it without Tom and Bill, like that would be such a crazy story. It's like I'm 28 in my whole life. That man has just been going to Super Bowls because he has 7 rings, but he lost 2 of them. So it's like he's in the Super Bowl all the time, like LeBron's in the finals all the time. And now we have Patrick Mahomes, who sadly didn't make the playoffs this year, but he was going to the Super Bowl all the time as well. So it's crazy to see like these dynasties, like it was Patrick and Tom Brady all these years. Then you got some other people sprinkled in there. You got the Peyton Manning, the Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, sprinkled in. But it's absolutely amazing to see a franchise that you view as this dynasty because of what Tom did go back again without him. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how that works, man. It's absolutely amazing. They remind me of like the Warriors in the NBA for some reason. Or I guess some people probably say Chicago Bulls with Jordan. But yeah, this is amazing. I'm glad they won. And I do want them to at least go to the Super Bowl. Maybe not win it, because that would upset people and bring back, past memories and whatnot. But I think that would be fun to see the Patriots just make it all the way back to the promised land again, like it never stopped. Like it's a multiverse without Tom Brady and Bill, and the Patriots are still just winners. Like it'd be absolutely amazing.
Patriots versus Broncos. Patriots ain't been back this far since Brady. Broncos, I don't think have been back since Peyton Manning, maybe. I believe, probably. Yeah. So it's nice to have 2 fresh new teams. I mean, I know everybody's probably excited about that. So Broncos or Patriots, comment down below who you got winning next week and who you got going all the way, because I'm gonna call the Patriots. Even though I like the Broncos, I've always loved their logo, and like I said, I was a Peyton Manning fan, but I got the Patriots taking it.
Broncos QB Bo Nix out for the season after breaking his ankle. I guess he broke it at the end of the Bills game. So I mean, if they win with the backup QB, that'll be clutch. But am I betting on that? Well, I don't bet at all. But if I was a betting man, the odds are not in the Broncos' favor. So Patriots probably will be going back to the Super Bowl.
We got the Bears versus the Rams. Obviously, we know the Rams won a few years ago in the championship, and we know the Bears have had a really good record. We know they probably had the best season they had in a while. I ain't gonna lie.
Ooh.
We know that last week they beat Green Bay, and that was tough. You know, I live in Wisconsin. Zach is from Wisconsin. That was tough for Wisconsin fans. They weren't happy. The one team you don't ever want to lose to is strictly Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That's our neighboring state, Illinois. We don't want to lose to them ever. But we lost. So now today, the Bears showed up. You know what I'm saying? They were down 7 points with about a minute left. And Caleb went crazy. The pressure came to him. He dropped back 10 to 20 yards. He threw it up, and his man's caught the touchdown, and it took him into overtime. Great play. Unfortunately, Caleb could not keep it up because when they got the ball in overtime, because they were the second to get it, when they got it in overtime, he threw that interception. Rams were able to take it down the field and kick a field goal to win it by 3 points, 20-17. Caleb was on the bench sick. I can't call it, but let me tell you, he should have took a little more time with that play. He did not have to throw that ball to the other team. It was insane. So the Bears fans, your season ends like it always does. You just got a little farther, but you're still just as disappointed because Caleb, he was tweaking. I ain't gonna lie. He was tweaking at the end of it. But the Rams, one game away from going back. Matthew Stafford could get his second ring, man. And this is at the end of his career. Nobody really thought he was going to get a ring. The teams he was on, how he was being treated. We know the Rams won in 2022. Matthew Stafford was there. We know it's 2026, and he's trying to run it back in a sense. You understand? And he has all the potential to. The Rams are now going to face the Seahawks, but we got to remember, the Seahawks just put up 41 points. The Seahawks are a young, good team. So the Seahawks not trying to go for none of that. The Seahawks trying to get back to the Super Bowl, like when they played the Patriots, and Dum Dum decided not to hand it off to Marshawn Lynch, and instead he threw it so Tom Brady could get his next Super Bowl ring when he shouldn't have really had it. So this time, it's a new coach, it's a new running back, it's a new QB, it's a new team. I think they might take it. I got the Seahawks winning next week against the Rams, maybe by like only 3 to 7 points. I'm not going to lie. But I hope the Seahawks go all the way this time. They're looking really, really, really good.
And I want the Rams to win next week. I don't like the Seahawks as a Packers fan. I'm very happy. I hate the Bears, okay? There's no other way to put it as a Packers fan. I hate the Bears and I hate the Cowboys. I think everybody hates the Cowboys that is not a Cowboys fan. But in general, as a Packers fan, and the longest rivalry in the history of the NFL, maybe in the history of sports, I don't know, I have to double check that. Bears versus Packers, I hate them. And I am very happy that they lost. But I will say, shout out to Caleb Williams for that all-time play. You said it so casually, bro. I'm watching the play. This man is fighting for their life, for the season, right? All of a sudden, he got 3 people in front of him, right? 3 of those players, they're going at him, right? He turns around like I do in Madden, runs backwards, runs the other way, gets back where he's turning straight. He throws it as he's releasing the ball. He's getting hit. Somehow, their man is open on the left side in the end zone. I'm like, how is he that open? Like, usually in that situation, you would have to moss somebody or dive down. This man caught a normal pass in the end zone. What kind of defense was that? They got very fortunate they won in overtime because that was atrocious for the game. Like, that is crazy, but that was a great play. But let's not overrate it, okay? People are in the comments saying, this is the greatest throw of all time. Stop it. Okay, stop it. Get some help, okay? I saw Aaron Rodgers do throws like that every single week, okay? Please look up that man. Look up Aaron Rodgers. That man always did that, okay? Do not disrespect his history. And that don't include the many other great QBs that I'm sure have had great plays as well that I'm not the most familiar with because I'm not a fan of theirs. But in general, that is not the greatest pass of all time. I am sorry. That is a great pass. Then maybe the greatest pass of this. No, it's not even the greatest pass of this postseason.
It's the greatest pass that he has done.
Yeah, right. It's maybe the greatest pass he has done because I think the greatest pass this postseason happened in the Patriots game. He like did the Odell Beckham Jr. for a touchdown. So it's like, what are we talking about? But Caleb Williams threw an amazing pass, and I love that. But they still lost. Thank goodness. Hopefully they don't make it back to the playoffs next year. Although they probably will be even better because they're a young team and they have a lot to learn. But who knows? We don't know the
Probably
future.
not because it's the Bears.
Make sure to like, comment, share with everybody you know, and subscribe.